Some screen partnerships arrive quietly. They do not announce themselves with grand promises or loud marketing. They simply appear, scene by scene, moment by moment, and before anyone realizes it, viewers have begun to trust them. This kind of trust is rare. It cannot be forced and it cannot be faked. It grows only when two actors meet each other with honesty, discipline, and respect for the story. This is exactly the space where Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu exist together on screen. From their earliest shared scenes, there was a calm confidence in how they interacted. Nothing felt rushed. Nothing felt exaggerated. Instead, there was balance. One actor never tried to overpower the other. When one character spoke, the other listened. When one paused, the other allowed the silence to breathe. Viewers noticed this immediately, even if they could not fully explain why it felt different from so many other on-screen pairings. Trust, after all, begins with listening. Barış Arduç brings to the screen a grounded presence. His performances often feel anchored in restraint rather than excess. He allows emotions to surface naturally, without forcing them forward. Elçin Sangu, on the other hand, carries an expressive clarity. Her reactions are precise, her emotional shifts carefully measured. When these two approaches meet, something quietly powerful happens. The scene finds its rhythm on its own. What makes their partnership truly trustworthy is not only chemistry, but consistency. Across different moments, moods, and narrative turns, their connection remains believable. Even in scenes filled with conflict or uncertainty, viewers never feel manipulated. The emotions make sense. The reactions feel earned. This reliability becomes a promise. When audiences see them together, they know the story will respect their intelligence. Another reason this partnership stands out is the absence of artificial drama between the characters. Their relationship on screen does not rely on constant misunderstandings or exaggerated tension. Instead, it develops through shared experiences. Small gestures carry meaning. A glance can say what long dialogue does not need to explain. This subtlety invites viewers closer, asking them to observe rather than simply consume. There is also a shared sense of responsibility in how they handle emotional scenes. Neither actor uses pain or vulnerability as a spectacle. When a character struggles, it is shown with dignity. When joy appears, it feels earned rather than sudden. This approach keeps the story safe for audiences and suitable for monetized platforms. Nothing crosses unnecessary lines. Everything serves the narrative. Viewers often talk about how natural their scenes feel, but natural does not mean accidental. It reflects preparation and mutual understanding. Both actors appear to trust each other enough to take emotional risks without fear of imbalance. That trust translates directly to the audience. When viewers sense that the actors are secure within the scene, they relax. They lean in. They believe. Their partnership also avoids one of the most common pitfalls of popular screen pairs: repetition. Even when the emotional tone is familiar, they adjust their performances slightly, keeping interactions fresh. A conversation that could feel predictable instead carries a new layer. This evolving dynamic reassures viewers that the story is moving forward, not standing still. Another key element is respect for silence. Many actors rush to fill every moment with expression or dialogue. Barış and Elçin allow pauses to exist. These pauses give weight to what has been said and space for what remains unspoken. In these quiet seconds, viewers often feel the strongest connection. Trust grows in silence because silence cannot be faked. Their on-screen partnership also feels grounded in equality. Neither character exists only to support the other. Each has purpose, direction, and personal stakes. This balance prevents the story from leaning too heavily in one direction and keeps the relationship believable. Viewers are not asked to choose sides. They are invited to witness a shared journey. Over time, audiences began to associate their pairing with emotional safety. This does not mean the stories lack intensity. It means that even difficult moments are handled with care. Viewers trust that the narrative will not betray its own logic or push characters into situations that feel false. That trust is earned slowly, and once earned, it is not easily broken. In an industry where screen partnerships often burn brightly and fade quickly, this one endures because it is built on understanding rather than spectacle. It reminds viewers that the most lasting connections are not the loudest ones. They are the ones that feel honest, steady, and respectful of the story being told. This is how trust begins. Quietly, scene by scene. And once it takes root, it becomes something viewers carry with them long after the screen fades to black. As time passed, the trust viewers placed in this screen partnership did not remain static. It deepened. What began as quiet appreciation slowly turned into loyalty. Audiences were no longer just watching a story unfold. They were emotionally invested in how these two characters moved through challenges together. This level of engagement does not happen by chance. It forms when performances consistently honor the emotional truth of the narrative. One of the strongest qualities of this partnership is how conflict is portrayed. Conflict, when handled poorly, can feel forced or exaggerated. In their shared scenes, disagreement never feels like noise. It feels purposeful. Each moment of tension reveals something new about the characters rather than simply pushing the plot forward. Viewers sense that every reaction has weight, every response has meaning. There is also a noticeable patience in how emotional growth is shown. The relationship does not change overnight. Trust between characters builds gradually, mirroring real human connections. This slow progression reassures viewers. They are not rushed toward conclusions. Instead, they are invited to walk alongside the characters, step by step, understanding their choices along the way. Another reason viewers continue to trust this pairing is the clarity of emotional boundaries. Even in moments of closeness, there is a sense of respect. Scenes are crafted to focus on connection rather than excess. This approach keeps the storytelling clean and accessible, allowing audiences of all backgrounds to feel comfortable engaging with the content. It also ensures the story remains suitable for monetization without risking unnecessary complications. The strength of their partnership becomes especially visible during moments of uncertainty. When the story introduces doubt or fear, neither character collapses into extremes. Instead, they respond with measured emotion. A worried glance, a quiet pause, a restrained expression. These subtle choices speak louder than dramatic gestures ever could. Viewers trust what they see because it resembles real reactions, not staged ones. Consistency plays a major role here. Across different episodes and situations, the emotional logic remains intact. Characters remember what they have experienced. Their past interactions influence future decisions. This continuity builds credibility. Viewers are not asked to forget what came before. Instead, they are rewarded for paying attention. There is also a shared emotional rhythm between the two performances. When one character slows down, the other follows. When one grows more confident, the other responds with openness rather than resistance. This unspoken coordination creates harmony within scenes. It feels less like two actors performing and more like two people existing within the same emotional space. Audience trust is further strengthened by the absence of unnecessary distractions. The partnership never relies on external shock value to remain interesting. The focus stays on character development and relational depth. This allows viewers to engage without feeling overwhelmed or manipulated. The story respects their time and emotional investment. Another important factor is how vulnerability is handled. Vulnerability is shown as strength rather than weakness. When characters open up, it feels intentional and safe. They are not exposed for the sake of drama. They choose to share, and those choices matter. Viewers respond strongly to this kind of portrayal because it reflects healthy emotional expression. The partnership also benefits from balance in dialogue. Conversations flow naturally. No line feels overly polished or artificial. The exchange feels lived in, as if these characters have histories beyond what is shown on screen. This illusion of depth makes the world of the story feel complete. Viewers trust environments that feel whole rather than constructed. As episodes progress, audiences begin to anticipate their scenes together, not because they expect spectacle, but because they expect sincerity. This anticipation is a sign of deep trust. It means viewers believe the partnership will deliver emotional honesty every time. They tune in with confidence rather than skepticism. What truly sets this screen partnership apart is its long-term emotional stability. Even when circumstances change, the core connection remains intact. This stability does not mean stagnation. It means growth built on a strong foundation. Viewers recognize this and feel secure following the story wherever it leads. Trust, once established, becomes a shared agreement between the story and its audience. The audience offers attention and emotional openness. In return, the partnership offers consistency, respect, and authenticity. This exchange creates a lasting bond that extends beyond individual scenes or episodes. By this stage, viewers are no longer questioning whether the partnership works. They accept it as a natural part of the story's emotional landscape. That acceptance is powerful. It transforms a screen pairing into something memorable, something reliable, something worth returning to. And yet, this trust is not the end of the journey. It is only the foundation for what comes next. Because once viewers fully believe in a partnership, the story gains the freedom to explore deeper emotional territory, knowing the audience will follow with confidence.